Hey guys, motivational coach Logan Thomas here. Want to get up close and personal for a sec and just share a thought that I've been thinking about with having consistent success. If you want to have consistent success in your life, you have to do the things consistently that brought you success in the first place. So if you've been trying to work at a goal or trying to get somewhere in life and you find like you're going kind of in pitfalls and you're doing really well, then you fall down, you're doing really well, and then you fall down. I want to ask you to ask yourself, well, what made me successful in the first place? What was I doing then that I'm not doing now that brought me success? And chances are you're going to think of a couple of things, and maybe some excuses will start coming up too. Let's be honest here. Maybe you're going to start thinking of a couple of excuses as well. And that's okay. I mean, that's normal. But you have to understand that excuses are what keep you from, being successful. Because successful people, they don't make excuses. They just find it. They use that as their reason to succeed. So any type of excuse that comes up in their mind, they make that their reason instead of their excuse. And so with that being said, and I'm not trying to harp on you or push down on you. I'm just, being real with you and real honest. And I do the same thing to myself. I'm very real and honest with myself. With that being said, I want to share a quick story. So Rome, when they were a really big empire, they were the best in the world, right? They were the best. No one could beat them. But they were defeated by a very small army of, Huns and, other type barbaric warriors. And, a lot of scholars have just marveled, like, what the heck happened? And the reason that it happened, and, scholars have discovered, is that they got complacent. Rome was so powerful. A small army should have been easy to defeat, but they got complacent. They got lazy in their success. They stopped doing the exact things that made them successful in the first place. They stopped reinforcing their walls. They stopped doing all the things that they used to do that made them great, made them powerful. And so it's a great analogy for our lives. If we want to have consistent success, we have to be willing to do the very things that made us successful in the first place. And, for myself in this summer, I've had success. I've definitely done well. But there have been times when I do really well, and there have been times when I don't do so well at all. And that's been especially true the latter end, or this last couple of months of the summer. At the beginning of the summer, I was just doing really well. And then towards the end, of this summer, I've been, kind of falling down, which has been weird because usually, that's pretty normal actually in sales in general, in a summer sales type job. But in my company, Vivint, it's actually generally the end of the summer that people do the best. And so I've asked myself, well, what the heck? And I've realized it's because I stopped doing the exact things that made me successful in the first place. And so at the very beginning of the summer, I said, to hit my goals, I have to, the goal that I had set for myself was really high for a first year rep in this company, but I wanted it and I knew it had been done before. And so I asked myself, well, what do I have to do personally? Because I don't feel like I'm as gifted naturally as a salesman. And so I knew that there was extra things I had to be willing to do. One of them was I needed to go to bed by 11:30 every night, which is not fun when you want to hang out with your friends. I had to wake up at 6:30. I have to exercise so that I'm mentally there and I feel good all the time. I have to eat really good so that I feel energized. And I have to do something fun every morning so that I'm not always thinking about work. I have to go do something really fun, to kind of get my mind off of work and then keep myself in the zone while I'm at work, not thinking about anything else because I already had fun that day. And so those are things that I had to be willing to do to reach my goals. And, to be honest with you, towards the end of this summer, I haven't done those things, and my success has gone down. And so I only have myself to blame. I really do. And so, but I'm putting myself on the chopping block for you because I don't want you to feel like I'm harping on you in any way. I just want you guys to be successful, and I want myself to be successful. And so with that being said, if you want to have consistent success, you have to be willing to be consistent in doing the things that made you successful in the first place. And ask yourself, what are those specific sacrifices you have to make? Because you can ask other people what they did to be successful, but that's not always going to work for your situation. Or maybe those are things you need to do, but maybe you need to do extra because you're new to this thing that you're doing. And so, with that being said, you also don't want to burn yourself out. So you also need to you have to also create like a schedule for yourself. So if you want to learn the guitar, you can't be like, oh, I'm going to practice 9 hours a day for the next 3 weeks, If you want to learn the guitar, you have to say, well, I do need to practice, but I don't want to burn myself out, and I don't want this to be a burden or a frustrating thing, and so I'm going to just practice every day for 15 minutes. But then you have to actually do it, because it's easy to not do something that's only 15 minutes. It's pretty easy to fit 15 minutes in, though. And so you have to figure out what you need to do to where it's not like burning you out, but then you also have to do it because it's so simple. Does that make sense? And so if something that's simple to do is also simple to not do. So that's what I'm trying to get at. With that being said, so ask yourself what you need to do to be successful and what sacrifices you need to make personally. And then do them. And do them every single day, and do not let yourself not do them, because when you stop doing them, that's when your success drops down again. And so with that being said, and if you find yourself having a hard time doing the things that you know you need to be doing, ask yourself, do you really want to succeed bad enough? Like, is this something you really want? Because if it's something you have a hard time doing, then you don't want to succeed bad enough, quite frankly. And I'm pointing the finger at myself too. When I start doing other things like, like I said earlier, I know I need to be getting to bed at 11:30. Well, when I go hang out with my friends instead, I am choosing that I want to hang out with them more than I want to succeed and reach my goals. Quite frankly, you got to be blunt with yourself. And if you be like, well, that's crazy. Well, you're right, it is. But at the same time, how bad do you want to succeed? How bad do you want to reach those goals? And so, and for me, I wanted to reach my, sales goals more than anything else. And I was willing to give up 3 or 4 months of my life and put everything else on hold and just get out here and sell and succeed. And so, yeah, ask yourself how bad you want it. And then if you do want it really bad, then do those things that you need to be doing to be successful. So I love you guys. I know that success is something you can have in your life. I know that you have it within you to reach any goal that you can imagine. But maybe you don't believe that yet, and that's fine. But ask yourself what you need to do to succeed and start doing it. And as you start doing those things, you're going to start seeing success. And then you're going to start to believe in yourself. And then you're going to start going even higher and higher, and you're going to start skyrocketing in your success. It's going to be hard at first. You're not going to succeed at first. But as you do those things that you yourself know you need to be doing, and you do them on a consistent basis, success will come. It's proven. And then as you start to see success, that's when it's dangerous. You're going to want to start, slacking. That's when you need to keep doing it, and you're going to just shoot to the top, and you're going to get everything you ever want in life. That's plain and simple. That's what you got to do. I love you guys. I want to see you succeed. I want to succeed. You're going to start seeing more of me again. I'm going to start making these videos again. I know this one's a little bit longer, but I got to get it kind of all out. And now we're going to succeed together, and I'm going to be consistent with these things again. So love you guys. Have an awesome week and an awesome life. I'll be seeing you around.